Welcome to this next short talk and Bible reading to accompany our communion service on Wednesday, the 25th of November. I hope this finds you well. And so our reading for this morning is taken from Luke chapter 21, verses 12 to 19. But before all this, Jesus said, they will seize you and persecute you. They will hand you over to synagogues and put you in prison. And you will be brought before the kings and the governors, and all on account of my name. And so you will bear testimony to me. But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourselves. For I will give you words and wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to resist or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers and sisters, relatives and friends, and they will put some of you to death. Everyone will hate you because of me, but not a hair of your head will perish. Stand firm, and you will win life. I mentioned last Wednesday how we are in the season of readings, Bible readings, where themes of end times are coming to the fore, and how on Sunday just gone, that will climax in affirming that Christ is King. Well, this reading continues with that theme. Some of Jesus' disciples had been looking at the beauty of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. That was the center of religious and political power in Jesus' day, albeit that it was overseen by what was happening from Rome. Jesus then tells his disciples how the temple, this grand building, would eventually be razed to the ground, which it was by the Romans in AD 70. This would have been seen as a cataclysmic event that actually could not happen simply because the temple was also seen as God's home on earth. Then Jesus goes on to develop the theme of persecution and of end times, events when there would be great earthquakes, famines and pestilences in various places according to that reading, and fearful events and great signs from heaven that would begin to draw time to a close. So a time of destruction and of persecution. And then we have that reading set for today, which you just heard, where Jesus speaks more into persecution and how his followers would be brought before kings and governors, that some of his followers would be put to death. Yet if they stood strong in the face of such horrendous persecution, the gift of eternal life, of life in perfection with God, would await. Sadly, that persecution did come to the young church, as it was persecuted by the Romans. Yet it was also been the same case through time, as the church has been found under persecution under different regimes across the world, and that persecution sadly continues still today. We all know that there are countries where those who would profess Christ as Lord can be killed for that belief. What this short reading draws into focus is the costly nature of Christian belief. Following Jesus actually is not an easy ride. The image of Jesus as what I call the Sunday school Jesus, where everything is soft and rosy, is not really the image that adults are supposed to focus on. That's not to say that Jesus is not loving towards us. Clearly he is. He died for us. But from readings such as this, we can see that there is a real edge to Christian belief, which will bring it into conflict with aspects of the wider world. The persecuted church is very real today. And while we live in Western Europe, where Christian belief is tolerated, where it is not a significant issue to us, we do need to support those who are being persecuted today. Now, thankfully, there are organisations such as Christian Solidarity Worldwide, the Barnabas Fund, which in particular seek to support the persecuted church. Do check them out for more information about this if you have not already done so. Christian belief is costly, but it is also hopeful. Jesus does want us to hold on to hope in times of great challenge, and that is one of the purposes of this reading, to give us hope. Keep on going, keep the faith, he encourages us, and you will discover eternal life. So we might not like to think about end times, even times of persecution, but this is a reality that Jesus does want us to consider. We might not want to think about the persecuted church, but here Jesus is calling us to exactly do that. So not a cheerful reading, but a truthful reading that calls us to consider the cost of following Jesus. And for closing, rhetorical question for you. I wonder how you view the cost of following Jesus today.